Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Sin. I am so excited. I'm a day late. To recording this. The God of War Ragnarok trailer dropped yesterday. I have been very careful to not see anything from it. I don't know when I'm going to have time to edit this, but I loved playing God of War on this channel. It was my very first playthrough of God of War. It was absolutely beautiful. I had played two of the original games, so it had been years since I had seen Kratos. And the relationship between him and Atreus and the journey through Norse mythology. I'm a big Norse mythology nerd, so it was just so fun to hear so many of those stories and see those characters and talk to Mimir and hear all the backstory. So I am very excited to be jumping into this trailer and finally get my hands on Ragnarok, because I enjoy a lot of different mythos, but the story of Ragnarok continues to be one of my favorite mythological tales ever, and I could go into more detail on that, but I'm just gonna start the trailer. We're gonna watch it through. I'm gonna be as quiet as possible, take everything in, and then we'll analyze at the end. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
Everyone keeps secrets.
My boy!
Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
Hanging up the axe? Or trying to.
I know you. God killer. What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos?
Is that Odin?
All that blood on your hands, on your son's hands.
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim,
But you don't believe in any of it.
and still I follow. Because all that matters is that you are safe.
He
But
kept
that's not all
it.
that matters. Who's keeping you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
You sure about that?
Pretender god!
The Valkyries are back! Oh my god, I love Valkyrie fights.
Death can have me when it earns me.
That's cold. What are you? Okay, Helheim? Jotunheim? No.
You don't even know of God's word. In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you?
That might be
Can you even
Vanaheim.
imagine that kind of love? No.
Muspelheim?
You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
Is that Freya? Are we okay? Is that Skoll and Hati?
Fate only binds you if you let it.
It is them!
Do what is necessary. Not
Who
because
are
it is written.
you? Where'd the giant jellyfish come from? He's holding a chaos blade.
We'll make our own destiny.
Let's go! Oh my god, that fight is going to be so good. Ah! Almost legitimate tears just from seeing Skoll and Hati. They play such a big role in Ragnarok, or the story of it, but there's so many like liberties taken here and there that I didn't know whether or not Skoll and Hati would be included. So freaking beautiful. The Chasers of the Sun and the Moon. Oh, okay. We need to look at everything because there's just so much going on. I noticed here with Atreus putting his hand on the tree and it starts glowing, I'm wondering if he's like making a new barrier, because before Faye, that is her name, Faye, before his mom died, she had placed a barrier around their home. So I'm wondering if Atreus is trying to do something similar by placing his hand on this tree. I don't know where this is. This obviously is not their cabin home. but they have called it home, and you have Kratos here taking off the blades and taking off the axe. So I don't know if this is like a period where maybe Kratos is considering putting down the weapons at this point, which he's lived a very long life, he deserves to, but we all know it's not gonna work out that way. And Tyr, oh my god, Tyr is so tall. I'm so excited to see exactly what role Tyr is going to play in this, because he is another god of war. He is like Kratos in some ways, well, not in the original myth, but they do share the title of a god of war, and I am wondering exactly what type of connection these two are going to end up having. I really hope it does not turn into something that is antagonistic, because I really just don't want to fight Tyr. I love Tyr, both like as the character, even though I don't really know him, and as the mythological god. So I really hope we don't have to end up fighting Tyr, and it seems like here at the end there is some form of camaraderie between the gods of war, and even Tyr is holding one of the chaos blades in his hand. I saw that, and that is really cool. I don't really know where they are right now. I see a little bit of greenery in the background, but we're doing so much traveling. So much traveling. Okay. This is Alfheim, correct? I'm looking at the statue in the back, and that's giving me very light elf, including this enemy that we're fighting here.
Is it a god of war?
Probably a light elf, right?
You came to find.
Tyr's dragging. Yeah, it's definitely a light elf. I can see the weapon.
Do you, Kratos?
Is this the hangman himself? Odin? It is interesting. I want to see like his full persona, his full body, but I am really interested to see if this is Odin. I can't think if it's like anyone else other than him. Oh, I'm so excited to meet Odin. I am so excited to meet Odin.
On your hands.
I know he's the villain. I know he's the villain.
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it.
But he's
But I
just
just
so
need
cool.
you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
Okay. We have two wolves, probably Skoll and Hati. The tree, I don't know if that's supposed to be Tyr
don't
or
believe
someone
in anything.
And
else.
still I follow. Because all that matters
This.
is that you are safe.
Oh, I cannot believe he kept the mistletoe. He kept the mistletoe that killed Balder.
But that's not all that
And
matters.
poor Freya, man. Freya has been through so much. She's definitely a sympathetic villain, because honestly at this point she's just a pissed off mother, and you can't blame her for that. Even though her son was a psycho and she did attribute to Balder's descent into madness, it's easy to villainize her, but it's also easy to empathize with her and understand why she's done the things that she's done.
Who's keeping you safe?
I do hope we don't have to kill Freya.
Sure about that?
This pretender god.
There's a lot, yeah, I was gonna say, there's a lot of room here for this to actually be a fight. Two Valkyries at once. I personally love the Valkyrie fights. I thought they were really fun. They were pretty much just memorize a pattern and go with it. The only one that really gave me trouble was Kara, and that's because she spams that annoying summons that she does. But I'm very excited to see not only Valkyries, but Valkyries like in the flesh. These are not the puppet Valkyries that have been locked away. These look like the real thing.
Death can have me when it earns me.
That is such a cold line right there. Death can have me when it earns me. I have no idea what this is, but it's cool. Actually, where are we? Let's see. That's an insane looking mask as well. This could easily be the realm of the dwarves. Then again, it does kind of look like places that we have seen in Midgard in the first game, but this could be, I think when you see it on the world travel map in the center of the Yggdrasil, it's something spelled with an S. I've always heard the land of the dwarves as, Nidavellir, I think is how Nidavellir. I'm not going to be able to pronounce it correctly, but it has like two different spellings. One is with an S and one is with an N, I do believe, and I've always heard the other one. Could be the realm of the dwarves. And whatever that thing is, I love it. This is obviously Helheim. So we're going back. These red rocks on the side give me Jotunheim, as well as this like dead tree up in the center.
What do you even...
Maybe. I have no idea what that is, but it's cool. Could be Alfheim. Could be Alfheim. Could be Vanaheim. Not completely sure, because Vanaheim was marked off on the map. We couldn't get there because Odin had blocked passage. And what kind of enemy is this? Oh, I love, look at that blade. Look at the rainbow coming off of that blade. This might be an Asgardian soldier.
In your lifetime, has anyone ever worshipped you?
That definitely has to be Odin speaking to Kratos. During your time, has anyone ever worshipped you?
Ever worshipped you?
I saw a statue I want to get a better look at. Okay, that statue does not look elven. I'm almost convinced that this is Vanaheim, which is Freya's homeworld. That would be really cool to see Vanaheim, because I had another question that we're going to get to in a second.
Can you even
We're going back to Muspelheim.
kind of love?
I haven't seen anything on Niflheim.
You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
There's this. I originally thought that this was Freya, but no, this... Freya has a lot more hair than that. And the tattoos, those aren't Freya's tattoos. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. That was Vanaheim magic. I'm trying to figure out if the person who Kratos is carrying is doing the magic, because if so, this could easily be Freya's twin brother. This could easily be Freyr, I think his name is. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I believe he's the god of wealth and prosperity. But this is definitely those pink and purple sparkles at the bottom, Vanaheim magic. Very much the stuff that Freya uses, but this is not Freya. This is not Freya. There's not enough hair. The outfit's wrong. Their tattoos are not there. So this is not someone who has had like... I believe the more tattoos are more like an Asgardian influence type of thing, because I'm not seeing any type of tattoos on this person's arm. So I'm going with a Vanir god, and I'm gonna go with Freyr. Reason why is because this could be Vanaheim, but this also still looks a lot like Alfheim. And when we're in Alfheim in the first game, we can find a note where it basically states that Freyr was a massive supporter of the Light Elves during their war with the Dark Elves. And it was implied that he disappeared. It was hopeful that he went back to Vanaheim, but because Freya and Odin were on the outs, and Odin is portrayed to be a very cruel person, Odin could have easily have taken Freyr, kidnapped him or something, or Freyr could have just not wanted to deal with anything and was basically hiding out in Alfheim this whole time. But if this is Freyr, fighting the Dark Elves over him makes a lot of sense, because Freyr openly opposed the Dark Elves in support of the Light Elves. So I'm really hoping that this might be Freyr, because it would be really cool to see a Vanir god. And also, hopefully, maybe he can be a bargaining chip, you know, with Freya. Just kind of like, hey, I know we killed your psychotic son, but he started it. So, you know, here's your brother. Peace offering. Olive branch. Saved him. Please stop trying to kill us. So I really hope that that's Freyr. Okay, we got water. This right here.
Fate only binds you if you let it.
Oh, I just wanted to see it again. Oh my god, that is beautiful. So this is Skoll and Hati, and there's not a lot of mention of them in Norse mythos. They literally have one job, and that is that they are prophesized to devour the sun and the moon. Of course, it's changed a little bit for the sake of God of War. We learned a little bit about them in the first game. I think we can find a Jotun cabinet on them, and there is imagery of them in Tyr's temple. And I believe the way Mimir told the story was that Skoll and Hati were taken as children, and No. Odin does not want time to pass, if I'm remembering correctly, and this is purely based off the game because this is not how it is in the myth. Odin does not want time to pass because he doesn't want Ragnarok to happen, so he most likely kept Skoll and Hati from doing the one thing that they are destined to do, and that is to chase the sun and the moon until they eventually catch it and devour it, or them, because they both will catch one. It's not really explained which one's Skoll and which one's Hati, so I don't know which one went after the sun, but that is their entire purpose, is that they devour the sun and the moon, and if I'm once again remembering correctly, Odin does not want time to pass, so he most likely kept Skoll and Hati from doing their one prophesized job. They are so freaking beautiful. I love the imagery of Atreus setting one of them loose after the sun, and it just changes everything. Oh my god. But they are related to Fenrir the Great Wolf, and the Great Wolf is the son of Loki and the brother of Jormungandr. So these two in some ways are related to Atreus. I don't know exactly what the relation is. I don't think it's ever really explained. I do know there is a poem that calls both of them the blood of Fenrir, but I don't know if that means they're his kids or if they're just distantly related. But Skoll and Hati are in some way related to Atreus, just to put that out there. But seeing them, gorgeous, perfect. There's not a lot of mention of them in the Norse mythos, but I love them so much. It's really interesting. I'm just going to go on a very small tangent here. Looking at different mythologies and seeing how many of them rely on entities either chasing or pulling the sun or the moon across the sky. The Greeks do it, the Romans do it, the Norse do it, the Egyptian does it. So it's just really cool to see. I love it. Oh my god. I want to see it one more time. Just one more time, and then we'll go somewhere else. I hope we learn which one's Skoll and which one's Hati.
What is necessary?
We're back at the Light of Alfheim. I'm not sure what this is, but it's beautiful. Okay, we have a tree with Odin's ravens on it. This might be the Yggdrasil. This might be the Yggdrasil frozen over. I don't know where the giant jellyfish came from, but that is my favorite thing ever. For those of you that don't know, on Twitch, my sub badges are jellyfish. I love jellyfish. I don't know where it came from, but I love it. These two. Oh, once again, the hand clasp. They both have a hand on one of the Blades of Chaos. I'm able to see the imagery in the background a little bit more now. This definitely kind of looks like Alfheim. This. Oh.
We will make our own destiny.
I love the portrayal of Thor because, like, obviously Marvel's version of Thor, Chris Hemsworth, has become the popularized version just because that's how our media works. But, like, this is Thor. This is Thor. The red hair, you know, a bigger stature. I am so excited for this fight. The axe versus the hammer, two blades that were made by Brock and Sindri, so probably equal weight to both of them. It is gonna be so good. It is gonna be so good. I am also noticing Kratos does not have the Chaos Blades available to him right now, at least from what we can see from the cinematic. So I don't know if something happens to them, if maybe he trades them off to Tyr for some reason. I am so excited. I am so excited. We're doing a lot more realm jumping. I'm not sure if we'll see... I know we're going to see the realm of the dwarves. I'm not sure if we're going to see... if we're going to go back to Niflheim, I'm not sure because Niflheim definitely was more of a challenge realm, but so was Muspelheim, and it does look like we're returning to Muspelheim. We're most likely returning to Muspelheim for the Fire Giant. So that is going to be really cool to see as well. But there really isn't much reason in the Ragnarok tale to return to Niflheim, so I understand why we might not do it. But also, it would be cool to see Vanaheim and actually see if maybe that is Freya's brother, but also, once again, just based off what little I know about what happened to Freyr, was that his name? What happened to her brother in the context of the God of War games, from what we know little of. More than likely, he is being held somewhere, if not in Alfheim. by dark elves. I'm so quick to blame Odin for things, but honestly, he could have been held in Alfheim by dark elves, and that's why we go to Alfheim to get him. So many thoughts. So many thoughts. This is beautiful. This is perfect. Nearly had me in tears. There was no image of Fenrir the Great Wolf in this, but we do know from the very small teaser that we got months ago that we are going to be seeing Fenrir, which I am very excited for. Fenrir is one of my other favorite characters in Norse mythos. I am so excited. I cannot wait to jump into this game day one and just give all of my attention to it. Get back to finding all of the mythos and fighting the Valkyries again. I really hope we get to do more challenge Valkyrie fights as like their true selves. And I hope it's more difficult than the original fights, because the original fights were hard, but they were very pattern based. So I'm interested to see what this game has in store. I think it's going to be beautiful. I am so excited to see what they decide to do with the Tale of Ragnarok. I'm going to stop rambling now. I really hope that you guys enjoy this reaction. I hope you're looking forward to this game as much as I am. And I hope you'll join me again, and I'll be seeing you soon. Thank you so much. Bye now.